Something a little bit different today. I'm going to show you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. The cubes that I've got here are Moyu, don't know how you pronounce it. They are sort of, well, they're certainly not a professional grade, but they're not a really cheap Rubik's Cube. So I bought this one as my first one when I learned how to do it as a way of getting faster, because it's really fast cube. Not one of the fastest, and I'm not an aficionado, so please don't take my word as gospel. I think this particular one is in the region of £20-25, something like that. And it's really nice in as much as it just moves so fast. So as you get quicker, it does, it will certainly help, but because it has a lot less friction on it, it makes learning it a bit easier. And you don't have to line it up. I mean, I can twist that from there and that will pull in. It's kind of lazy, but that's just the way that is. So that's one of my cubes, and I've only got the two. I'm not really a serious collector or anything like that. But the reason I bring this up is because this one at about 20 odd pounds, I decided, yes, I'll treat myself. It's a bit of an extravagant thing, and when I guess if I consider how much I use it as a fidget thing when I'm in online meetings or whatever, I've definitely had my money's worth out of it, and it's just a really nice thing to use. This one, I was buying another one for a friend of mine, and I decided that I wanted one that was just colour all the way to the edge, because I didn't have one, so now I have one of each. Sort of classic look and this more modern one. And this is another Moyu cube. And this is just, I think this is excellent value for money. I'm not affiliated with these in any way, but this is about £10. I bought them from, well, I certainly bought this one from Cubes UK, which again I have no affiliation with. I just found them. I'll pop a link in the description for this particular cube. They posted it out by Royal Mail. There's nothing particularly special or flash about it, but it arrived quickly. Does what it's supposed to do. Comes with a little stand that you can pop it in and keep it on your desk. Yeah, just a nice thing. The reason that I bring this up and I talk about this is because at £10, if you're on a budget, even if you're not on a budget, this is still a really, really nice thing. When it arrived, because I was quite used to this one and being able to be very lazy about how little I line it up, and you can see just how much flex it's got. It is adjustable, but I've never adjusted it. This one doesn't have the same amount of flex, but I really like the feel of it, and this is a magnetic cube, so it actually sort of snaps in. It's not hugely magnetic, but it does snap in and it does line up really, really nicely. So it's an excellent one to learn with, and in fact I find myself now reaching for this one more than this one. Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll just pop that over there for a moment, and we'll talk about solving the actual cube, because that's the bit I hope you're interested in, and that's why you're here. So there are some really, really good resources on YouTube, some brilliant videos. One YouTuber, I think J Perm he's called, he's the guy I learned how to do this from. Really good, great instructions, really clear, and you may be better off watching him than me, but who knows. So let's just sort of dive right into how do we go about solving the cube. And the suggestion that I had is that you learn to solve the white cross first. Doesn't matter which colour you do, but if you always start with the same one, it will help you as you learn, because you'll get used to the patterns as you go. So, firstly, the cube. Just a couple of bits to note. The colour that you're working on, the face that you're working on, is denoted by the colour of the centre square, because that can't change no matter what you do. Whichever way you turn it, that one there is always orange, always will be. Same round here, and so on. So this is the orange face, this is the blue face, this is the white face, etc. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by solving the white cross. So we want to achieve 5 white squares in a cross with the other face here lining up. So this particular piece will need to be white, red, that one, and it needs to be in the correct orientation. Once we've got that, we're away. Now, oh, in fact, it's right there. So, there's the white one, that's red. Let's just do the really, really simple first move, and you've all got to start somewhere. There you go. We're part way on our way. We're a quarter of the way to solving our white cross now. So we've got white, red. What? In fact, we've actually got white, blue. Let's move that around a bit. Just make that a bit worse and start again. It's the problem. Once you know how to solve it, it kind of gets, it just gets easier, and there's really no, there's no configuration. There's no, nothing can be messed up bad enough that you can't solve it. Right. Anyway, so I'm going to start with the white face. We're going for the white cross. I've got no white pieces at all, and what I need to do is I need to find my white edge pieces or centre pieces. So actually this one's still lined up with the red. We'll twist it up. We've now got white, red. So let's find the next one. And typically white, orange is already solved for us as well. There you go. Look at that. So we've now got white, orange, white, red. This piece here is our white, blue. So we're going to need to get that up there. We can turn it 180, but it's not in the correct orientation, nor is it actually on the blue side. So what we need to do is we need to get this lining up with this blue. Hopefully you can see that, and I can capture both of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it round, and if I do that, I've got white, blue, but it's the wrong orientation, so it's not going to come up here. But if I turn it this way, and then there, now it is correct, but you'll see that I'm moving my red, white away, so I've got to remember to put that back. So I'm going to turn the left face. Now I've got my white, blue, bring it up, and bring this face back, and that gives me my white, red, white, blue, white, orange. I need white, green, and actually just twist that there, and now we've solved the white cross. So we've got all 5 whites on the top, and all of our side faces match as they should. Practice that bit. Just keep doing that until you can do that bit without any trouble. And that's the thing. Do this a bit at a time, and don't worry about it. You will get it, definitely. So now we've got our white cross. Let's move on to the next piece of the puzzle. What we need to do is to get all of the corner pieces in the right place. So we will invert the cube, so our white face is going to be on the bottom now. We know it's white at the bottom. We don't have to look at it. We don't have to think about it. But what we're going to need to do is get the corner piece, we want to put it above the place it's going to go. So I've got a white, blue and red here. So I'm going to move it until it appears above those 3 faces. Doesn't matter that it's not the right way round, it just needs to be above. So this corner is going to be white, blue, red, white, blue, red. It's directly above where it needs to go. And now we're going to do a set of moves which we will repeat over and over and over in order to solve this cube. It might seem a bit daunting. Practice it, get used to it, it will come and you'll use it all the time. And what we're going to do is we're going to do, so when we turn, just to cover this off, when we turn clockwise I'll just say the name of the face, and when we turn anti-clockwise it will be inverse. So this is right, because it's the right face as we look at the cube, and this is right inverse. Top, top inverse. Okay, so white, red, blue, white, red, blue, and we are going to go right, top, right inverse, top inverse. This corner is now in the right place. It's not in the right orientation, but it's in the right place. And what we're going to do now is that same algorithm twice, because when we do it once it will appear up here but in a different orientation, and we need to do it again to bring it back down again. So we'll do right, top, right inverse, top inverse, right, top, right inverse, top inverse. And now that corner is in the right place. We've got another white one here, so we've got white, green, orange in this corner. So we need to put that above the white, green, orange corner. So we'll move it here. We've got white, we've got orange. That's not green, it's not there. Once more, white, green, orange, white, green, orange. We want this cube here. So again, and you say we will use this move a lot. Right, top, right inverse, top inverse. Now our corner piece is in the right place. We've got white, green, orange, white, green, orange. And then we'll do that move twice to change its orientation and see if it's correct. Right, top, right inverse, top inverse, right, top, right inverse, top inverse. It's not correct. Still in the right place, but it's not correct. Do it again, twice more. Right, top, right inverse, top inverse, right, top, right inverse, top inverse. Now it is correct. Move on to the next one. White, orange, blue. Well, white, orange, blue, that needs to go there. Let's do it again. Right, top, right inverse, top inverse. Yep, that one's correct. We've only got one left to solve, which is our white, red, green, which is going to go here. We're going to move it down. Right, top, right inverse, top inverse, and we've solved the bottom layer. That's now done. And you can see that it lines up. And if you're following along with your cube as best you can, you should be in the same position. Again, practice that until you've got that down. Once you have, we'll move on to solving the second layer. So, we're now going to solve our second layer of the cube. We've done our base layer, the white layer, or however you want it at the bottom there. Now we're going to solve the next one. Our top layer is going to be yellow. So we cannot solve anything that's got a yellow on it. And we're only going to be looking at these centre pieces, because they're the only ones that we need to put in. And we ignore anything with the yellow on it for the moment because it matches the top layer. Now, just by pure coincidence, this orange one is in line. And this face here is blue, so we've got our blue, orange. We need that to appear there in the centre. And in order to do that, we'll follow much the same algorithm, but we'll also do it in reverse on the other side. And this is where it gets a little bit more tricky and takes a bit more practice. So, what we're going to do, because we want to move this clockwise, we'll be starting on the right face. And the first thing we do is we will move this piece away from the direction we want it to go. We want it to go to the right, so we're going to move it to the left by rotating the top face clockwise, or just top. Okay, top. Now, because we want it to go from left to right, it's going to rotate clockwise. We're going to start with our right hand, and we will do right, top, right inverse, top inverse. Then we move to do our left side, and we're going to go left inverse, left, top. And that has moved our orange blue into the centre. I know, that one takes a bit of work to get. So, let's move on, let's do it again. We've got green orange here. It's not got any yellow, so we know we can use it. We're going to line it up with the green face and confirm that we want this one as well to go clockwise to get the orange in the right place. We move it away and we do right, top, right inverse, top inverse, change hands, left inverse, top inverse, left, top. And now we've moved in our next piece. As we turn the cube, we've got our green red. It's going to go to the right again. So we move it away by doing top, right inverse, top inverse, swap to our left hand, left inverse, top inverse, left, top. And now we've moved our green red piece or red green in there. So what are we left with? Well, there's only one, this one here. So our red blue, so we'll line up the red face. And this one, excuse me, we want to go anti-clockwise. So we'll be starting with our left hand. We'll move the red blue, let's hold it that way for you, away, and then we will do left inverse, top inverse, left, top, swap to our right hand, right, top, right inverse, top inverse. And now we've solved 2 layers of our cube. Now we're on to solving the top layer, the yellow one. And what we're going to do here is we're going to need to get the yellow cross. That's the first job we've got to do. Don't worry about lining up the sides, just get the cross. And the way we want to do that is we will turn, if it doesn't matter if you've got nothing at all, if you've only got the yellow one right in the centre there, this will be the same operation just a few more times. But if you've got these 3 like this, face them away from you in that orientation. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn our front face, so we'll do front, right, top, right inverse, top inverse, front inverse. Have we got a cross? No. That's okay. Do it again. Front, right, top, right inverse, top inverse, front inverse. And now we have our yellow cross. The rest of the cube is still solved because you've put everything back as you've gone. It's okay. Now we need to line up the edge pieces. And in this case, I think this one's actually already solved. We've got our yellow cross, and then all we need to do is to twist the top and all of our edge pieces line up. And that doesn't always happen. So what I'm going to do is just move it so that I can show you what will happen if they don't. So now we've got our blue face lined up, but orange isn't right, green isn't right, red isn't right. So if we turn the top face, doesn't matter if they're all wrong or if 2 of them are wrong in this case. So we've got our green face correct, orange face correct, but red and blue are the wrong way round. If they're all wrong, no problem, just repeat the step again. What we'll do is, in order to get them right, we take our 2 that are correct, because they are in this case, and we'll have 1 on our right and 1 at the back. So blue and red are wrong, they're on the front and the left. And we will do right, top, right inverse, top, right, top inverse, right inverse, top. And now that's swapped those around so that all of our edge pieces, all of our sides are correct with the red cross. Red cross, yellow cross. I don't believe I'm colourblind. Now, if that doesn't line up once, do the same thing again. So we'll do right, top, right inverse, top, right, top inverse, right inverse. Obviously now mine is wrong. And then repeat, right, top, right inverse, top, right, top inverse, right inverse. And there you go, now I've got them all back where they should be. So now all we've got to do is to get our corner pieces in the right places and then solve the cube. Simple enough. So have a look and see if you've got any that are already in the right place. I don't think I have here. No, all of these are wrong, so it doesn't matter which way round you start, but if you've got any of them that are correct, put that one on your front right at the top. And we'll go top, right, top inverse, left inverse, top, right inverse, top inverse, left. I know, right? That one is a bit more tricky. Now, I've got one cube that's in the right place but in the right orientation, and all the others are wrong. So we repeat: top, right, top inverse, left inverse, top, right inverse, top inverse, left. Oh man, I solved the cube. Brilliant. There was another step to that. I'm going to have to mess that up now just to get that in the right way for you. We've now got all of our pieces in the right places. So on this side I've got the orange, blue, yellow and red, blue, yellow piece here. These two have actually resolved themselves anyway, but it makes no difference. All you have to do is repeat the steps. Now that we've got them in the right place, what we need to do is just to shuffle these, reorient these corners, and the puzzle's solved. And the way we're going to do that is that we're going to turn it over so now the left face is down and the the white face is at the top. And you'll remember these steps: right, top, right inverse, top inverse, right, top, right inverse, top inverse. We've got this in the right place, but now don't move the top two layers, just rotate the bottom one for the next piece that needs solving. So if it's all four, you're going to go through this 4 times. We're only going to do it twice, and this is the last, should be the last time. Right, top, right inverse, top inverse, right, top, right inverse, top inverse. It's still in the right place, but it's the wrong way around, so we do it again. Right, top, right inverse, top inverse, right, top, right inverse, top inverse. Spin the last one in, and you've done it. There you go. What I'm going to do now is attempt to show off, so it will go wrong on camera. Like I've said before, I am not a speed cube guy. I'm just going to go through this without showing you how to do it, just to sort of do it end to end, so that you can see roughly what you can achieve within not a great deal of time really. This didn't take me very long. So yeah, I'm just going to take this other cube, solve it for you, and that'll be the end. There we go. Yeah, I was right, it's not going to go well on camera. Crikey. There you go. Learn how to amaze and annoy your friends, and then buy them Rubik's Cubes. That's enough for today. Best of luck, but do please comment, let me know how you get on. If you manage to learn it based off of this silly tutorial, then I will be thrilled. I really will. Thanks very much for watching, do appreciate it.